Hi everyone, welcome to my channel SRK English Academy. So let's try to answer some multiple choice questions on the topic University Wits. So let's see question 1. Who among the following was not one of the University Wits? So who are the University Wits? They were group of university educated playwrights before Shakespeare. So they were pre-Shakespearean dramatists. So who are they? So the University Wits included John Lyly, Thomas Kidd, George Peele, George Peele, Robert Greene, Christopher Marlowe. So our answer is here Ben Jonson. Ben Jonson is the correct answer because he was not included in the university Wits group. He was not part of this university Wits group. So let's go to question 2. The university Wits were called so because. So why they were called university Wits? Because they were university educated men. So they were university educated men. So that's why they were called the university wits. So some of them went to Oxford University and some of them went to Cambridge University. So John Lyly, Thomas Lodge, George Peele, they were Oxford University wits, whereas Cambridge University wits were Christopher Marlowe, Robert Greene, and Thomas Nash. Let's go to question 3. What was a common source of material for the university wits? So option A, contemporary social issues. This is not correct answer. Mythology, legend, and history. This is the correct option for the question 3. So mythology, legend, and history was a common source of material for the university wits. So uh, because they took their themes from mythology, history, and they didn't take entirely new plots. For example, you see Christopher Marlowe's dramas, Tamburlaine the Great. It was based on historical figure Tamerlane, and then Dr. Faustus by Marlowe. It was also inspired by German legend of Faust. So that's why we can say that their common source of material for the university wits was mythology, legend, and history. Question 4. Robert Greene is well known for a pamphlet that famously attacks a fellow playwright. Who was the target of Greene's groats worth of wit bought with a million of repentance? So let's see who was the target of Greene's in the is writing a groats worth of wit bought with a million of repentance. So here he attacks. He was a well-known pamphleteer. So he attacks William Shakespeare in his work, Groot's worth of wit bought with a million of repentance. So he calling him upstart crow beatified with our feathers. So answer is William Shakespeare. Okay. So next here Robert Greene, he was a university educated writer. He looked down upon Shakespeare because Shakespeare had no formal university education, but he was raising in popularity as a playwright. So he attacked William Shakespeare in his work. Next question 5. Which university wit is credited with popularizing the prose romance genre in England with works like Euphues, The Anatomy of Wit? So let's see options. George Peele, Thomas Lodge, John Lyly, Thomas Nash. So answer is John Lyly. John Lyly is the correct answer. So he was John Lyly was well known for his highly stylized prose romance. Okay, So the prose romance was Euphues, the anatomy of wit. So it was in the year 1578. So this style, known as Euphuism, it was influenced later English prose and drama. So let's go to question 6, the Spanish tragedy. A highly influential revenge tragedy is attributed to which playwright, often associated with the university wits, though not strictly one of the seven usually listed. So we know that Thomas Kidd is the correct answer. So Thomas Kidd was not formally part of the university wits. He was closely associated with them, particularly he was closely associated with Christopher Marlowe. So this is the correct answer. The Spanish tragedy was written by Thomas Kidd. Question 7. What was a common thread that connected the university wits as a group? So common thread, it was they were all educated. So this is the correct answer. They were all educated at Oxford or Cambridge University. So that's why they were called university wits. Oxford wits, Oxford University wits, and Cambridge University wits. Question 8. Which university wit wrote the play Friar Bacon and Friar Bungay, a blend of comedy and romance with the elements of the supernatural? So let's see options. Christopher Marlowe, Robert Greene, Thomas Lodge, George Peele. So answer is Robert Greene. B is the correct answer. So he wrote the plays Friar Bacon and Friar play. He wrote the play Friar Bacon and Friar Bungay. So it was written in the late 1580s. It combines elements of comedy and romance, magic, romance, and humor. So it was about the story of a legendary magician Roger Bacon. Let's go to our next slide. Which dramatist among the university wits is credited with perfecting blank verse? So let's try to know what is blank verse. So blank verse is a verse without a rhyme, especially that which uses iambic pentameter. So what is an iambic? Iambic, it has two syllables, unstressed and stressed. So let's see who is created with perfecting blank verse. So blank verse. So answer is Robert Greene, John Lyly, Thomas Kidd, Christopher Marlowe. So Christopher Marlowe is the correct answer. Okay, right. So what is blank verse? Verse without a rhyme. Okay, iambic, a pentameter. So iambic means it has two syllables. First of which is unstressed and the second of which is stressed. Okay, so we can say that verse without rhyme is blank verse. It was popularized by Christopher Marlowe. Question 10. The classical tradition of drama emphasized, let's see options, the mingling of tragedy and comedy, the observance of three unities, the use of blank verse, the depiction of real life action stage. So a classical tradition of drama. The classical drama, it talked about, strictly talked about the observance of three unities. So what are three unities? So three unities, uh, it was said by Aristotle's Poetics, and they were unity of time, unity of place, unity of action. So unit of time, it means the place action should occur within a 24-hour period, and unit of place, the setting should remain the same throughout the play. Unity of action, the Plots should focus on a single main action, avoiding subplots. So these principles were particularly followed in ancient Greek and Roman drama, and later influenced classical theatre of French and also England. So the answer is the observance of three unities. So question 11. Which of the following was not a feature of classical drama? So this is also about classical drama question. So following was not a feature. Okay. So unity of time, place, and action. It was feature of a classical drama. So this is not the correct answer. Then B, violent action on stage. So this is a correct answer. Violent action on stage. So in classical drama, in Greek tragedies, violent actions were not depicted on stage. So this was not a feature of classical drama. Question 12. Which university wit created the first sketch of Shakespeare's heroines? Correct answer is B. Robert Greene. So Robert Greene's character Margaret in Friar Bacon and Friar Bangi was the first portrayal of a pure and a loving woman influencing Shakespeare's heroines. What was the major contribution of John Lyly to English drama? Options: introducing blank verse, writing prose comedies, creating realistic tragic heroes, blending tragedy and comedy. So correct answer is writing prose comedies. So he was best known for his prose comedies. His works also influenced Shakespeare. Let's see next question. Marlowe's tragic heroes are characterized by lack of ambition. No, this is not correct. Superhuman willpower and struggle against fate. So this is correct. Superhuman willpower. So Marlowe's heroes, they struggle against fate. For example, in the play Dr. Faustus and also in the play Tamburlaine, they are known for their ambition and immense willpower. Next question. Shakespeare's drama combined the elements of options: only classical drama. No, it's not correct. Only popular drama. No, it's not correct. C, both classical and popular traditions. So Shakespeare combined both classical features and popular traditions in his drama. So he had influence of Roman playwrights like Seneca, and also included English traditions, English folklore, history, and also he blended comedy with uh, use of comedy with tragedies. So this combination, this mixture of the both classical and popular traditions we see in dramas of Shakespeare. What was the primary contribution of the University Wits to English drama? So they introduced romantic comedy. They laid the foundation for Elizabethan drama. They specialized in pastoral poetry. They developed epic poetry. So this is D is not correct, and also C, it's also not correct. And option B, they laid the foundation. This is correct answer. They laid the foundation for Elizabethan drama. So the university Wits, Marlowe, Greene, Nash, Lyly, and others, they played a crucial role in shaping Elizabethan drama. So they were pre-Shakespearean dramatists. So let's see question 17. Christopher Marlowe, a member of the University Wits, is best known for which of the following plays? So Hamlet, this is uh, it was written by William Shakespeare, so this is not correct. Dr. Faustus is the correct answer. So it was written by William Christopher Marlowe. So this was the greatest play of one of the greatest plays of Christopher Marlowe. So in this play, we see themes of ambition and supernatural themes we see in this play. So Christopher Marlowe used a blank verse. So already we talked about blank verse. Okay. And other plays, Hamlet, it was written by Shakespeare. A Midsummer Night's Dream, it was also Shakespeare's play. Othello. So these three, Hamlet, Midsummer Night's Dream, Othello, these three were Shakespeare's dramas, and Christopher Marlowe's drama was Dr. Faustus. Okay. So let's go to next question. Who is credited with introducing the euphemistic style in Elizabethan literature? So John Lyly is correct answer. So he introduced euphemistic style, the style which has a highly ornate style, a rhetorical prose style. So, so John Lyly used this euphemistic style in his play Euphues, the Anatomy of Wit, 1578. So this influenced Elizabethan prose and drama, including Shakespeare comedies. Which writer is often regarded as the leader of the University of Wits? So undoubtedly, Christopher Marlowe is correct answer. Okay, so he was a trailblazer, an innovator of English drama with works like Dr. Faustus, Tamburlaine the Great, and he produced greatest works uh, during Elizabethan period. So, question 20. The University Wits were primarily active during which reign? So, answer is Queen Elizabeth I. So, these university wits were very active and they produced their plays during the Elizabethan age, Queen Elizabeth I. Next, question 21. Which university wit was also a prolific pamphleteer? So answer is Thomas Nash. So Thomas Nash, he was famous for pamphlets like Piers Penniless and Anatomy of Absurdity. So thank you for watching this video.